Hey, Flockers. We are just popping up to test a new camera and just popping live because live is usually how we roll with the streams. So kind of hoping a few of you are going to be able to join us. I want some feedback on the camera. What do you think? How does it come? Max, How does it compare to our usual quality? For those of you who usually join us on Saturdays. Hey, Sevu Greenbird, great. Always good to see a couple of regulars. Yes, a little bit of a surprise pop-up, but I've got the brand new webcam up and running. So just wanted to do a little bit of a test with that, and Max said that he was okay with going on camera 2 days in a row. So what I need you to tell me is, what do you think about the video quality? What do you think about the sound quality? How does everything look? Can you hear me? Okay, so hey. Oh, you were just about to chew on your foot. Right. Yeah, the rules are not changing just because there's a new camera. What about the audio? Okay, Aussie Lou says we can hear you loud and clear. Fantastic. Sometimes it's a little bit hard to know. Hey, what you doing? We got boots. That's right, Max. That's right. So what does the video quality compare like with what you're used to from me on a Saturday? Is it good? How's the light? You know, just any feedback you have is really appreciated. As I said, just set up a brand new camera and thought I'd see how this would work. Hey, Maxwell. So Connie says she likes the light with this camera better than yesterday. That's good to hear. Yeah, it's from where I'm looking, and I'm really at a bit of an odd angle here, looking a little overexposed, but that might just be where I'm currently positioning myself. Hey, Max, can you dance? Did you just trip? All right. Okay, good. So everybody seems to like the camera. Well, that's fine. I can let this run for a little while. Really glad to see everybody popping in. Yes, he's dancing. Actually, Connie, I was dancing a bit here, and he decided to join in. I don't know if you heard my finger snapping. Okay. Now, the mic's on the front of the camera. I'm behind the camera. I'm just going to walk over here and talk to Tico for a minute. Hey, buddy, what do you think? What's going on? I know, something strange. Thank you for the drip. And then I'm going to wander back. Hey, Max, did you just get in trouble? Yes, Max in time to the beat. You bob the head, buddy? Bob, bob? Gotta dance, gotta dance. Other big difference with this camera is it's a little bit more wide angle, so you're getting a little bit more width. I've got the camera a little bit closer right now. Hey, Max, what do you think? You can climb down. You're a big bird. Would you like me to move the box? Move the box. Now can you climb down? Here, let's just go here a little bit more on the chair. Yeah, that's definitely a little bit of a different wide angle than we're used to with Max. Oops, Max, I thought you were going to climb down. Other thing I have to do is I have to set this one up on a proper tripod. Just got it right now facing backwards on the laptop. All right. Max, do you hear that? Greenbird says that you are beautiful. I'd say that's called a sleeping cat. Max, do you want a cracky? You want a cracky? Now, since I've not put down paper or anything to catch this, that's one cracky, okay? One dry cracky. Yeah, is that good? Okay, Asevu says the sound is funny there, a little bit gravelly. Was that just when Max is yelling or when I'm talking? I'm just going to shift this forward a little bit. Oh, it's okay, Max. I know there's something strange pointed at ya. Connie says, wow, my ears are hurting. Sorry, Connie. You know what? Mine are ringing too. Max just decided to get a little bit upset. Yeah, general quarters alarm. Max is looking. He's not used to having this webcam. He's not used to seeing the laptop out while I'm filming. It's just everything looks kind of funky and strange for him. So he's a little unsure, but I mean, that's not interrupting his need to snack. So what he's got here, he gets them occasionally as a snack. They're just a plain saltine cracker, but they are unsalted. So they don't have any salt on them. Such the kind that I buy for myself so he can get a little bit as well. But that also means if I'm using saltine crackers in anything and I want a little bit of salt, I have to add the salt myself. Although salt-free is probably better for us. Yes, they are creatures of habit just like us. Is that good, Max? Is that good? Okay, maybe I'll get you one. Poor Tico. What's going on over here, huh? Okay. Yeah, Max does not get these very often. It's just the occasional treat. Snacks always help Max. Do you know what else I have? Do I have a stick of pasta? You want the pasta? Oh, yeah, you want the pasta. Oh, Connie, it's good to know. She says you can hear Tico also better with this background, in the background with this new camera and mic. That may actually be a good thing, or it may be a bad thing. There were two reasons why I picked up a new webcam. Number one, I've changed my layout for when I'm working. Yes, I work during the day to make almond money. Somebody has to cover the costs. And my office is upstairs. The birds have the main floor. And I work with the door shut. But recently I rearranged my monitor setup. I've just got a tiny, tiny laptop and an external monitor. And I decided that I really wanted my main monitor to be my main monitor. But every time I popped up on a video chat on a meeting, I had to have the small computer front and center because that was the webcam that was being used. Otherwise, you got a lovely view of my left ear, depending which way I was set up. So I set things up a little bit differently and, tried to stack the monitors. This was great. But if I had the camera beneath me, I gave people a wonderful view looking at the ceiling at my nose. That didn't work either. So I wanted to get a webcam. So I started doing a little bit of research. And my research said to me, okay, there's actually some really, really cheap webcams out here that are good quality, brand name, and from a good source. I work in cybersecurity, so I can tell you I'm not going to buy a piece of electronics that I'm attaching to a work computer from, say, Amazon, where there's a lot of knockoffs. And certainly peripherals that plug into USB ports, they can contain malware, and you always have to be super, super cautious of the source. So I was also specifically looking for something like Logitech, bought through a dealer where there's no possibility, or there's very, very minimal possibility of knockoffs being sold. I don't mind Amazon for a lot of other things, but peripherals that plug into my computer, I'm a little bit cautious about. Call me weird. Tycho calls me weird all the time. So does Max. So those were a couple of my constraints. Then I started doing a little bit of research on webcams, and I said, okay, what are, a lot of people do live streams. They use webcams tethered to the computer. What are they using? And happy coincidence, one of Logitech's offerings was actually coming up fairly high on that list. And it is also coming up meeting all of my other requirements. So what I picked up, and I'm just going to slide this in front of the camera. It is lovely and reversed, but it is a C920S Pro HD webcam, and it is going at 1080p, 30 frames per second. So it is fairly good for its resolution and its video quality. It's supposed to have really good sound as well. So I sort of said, okay. Then I looked at the budget and I went, ouch, that one's kind of expensive. Now, it's not the newest model out there, but reviews on the newest model and its predecessor say, it's not quite as good for web streaming for a number of reasons. The other thing that this camera has, the mount has a tripod attachment. So I can thread a tripod onto this webcam and use a tripod with it, not having to just clip it onto the computer. I can set it up for proper streaming with the Flock. Because as you know, I've been using a tripod, very easy to set it up, set it out. And that's sort of the direction I think I'm going to be going and just sort of trying out. So that was what I picked up for a webcam, some of the reasoning behind it. Hey, Max. That tapping noise, Tycho's eating pasta in the background as well, so you're hearing a crunch. Now he stopped. Now he's looking at me. Crunch. So he is crunching away a bit in the background. Hey, Max, you don't want to play with boats. Would you like a block? Let's see. Would you like a nice block? Come on, block. Okay, would you like some Lego? Lego? Okay, would you like some more Lego? A piece? A piece? That piece? Oh, thanks, Connie. Connie says we're lucky today having 2 live streams. First Einstein and now Max. It makes your evening complete. So cool. Yeah, Greenbird, not a Lego day. Max is not as much playing with the Lego as Tico is, but it depends on Max's mood too. I mean, you know, Max is not into the boats right now either. Did anybody just hear Tico say hi in the background? And Connie says, no, I only hear the bell. Asevu's heard Tico dripping. Yeah, I'm making a whop sound. That's Tico for you. Yeah, Tico's making some water sounds. Sorry that moving the camera's a little bit shaky. I've got it sitting on a short table on the laptop. Hey, Max. Max. But I will hook it up to a full-on tripod for a proper live stream. Really, Max? Really? Okay. Move that here. And we're going to move that. There. Yeah, that drip sound that Tycho makes, there's a story behind that one. Yes, hi, Tycho. So Tycho came up with his drip sound a number of years ago. Probably about 26 or 1996 maybe, and maybe 95. He was fairly young at the time I was married, and my brother-in-law would come over quite often. My brother-in-law thought it would be really funny to teach Tycho how to drip. So he had a way of making a drip sound just with his cheek and finger, just flicking it and holding his mouth just right. Great little sound effect, wonderful parlor trick. So he would drip at Tycho every time Tycho saw him. So Tycho figured out the sound and also decided that Neil's name was now and forevermore Drip. Hi, Tycho. I thought it was hilarious. It was just hilarious that Tycho decided to name my brother-in-law Drip. Mind you, he's got different names for everybody else as well. I think my name is Come Here, Come On Up. Or I want. Hey, Max, what's wrong? Hey, quit you yelling. Quit the yelling. I'm going to shift this forward a little bit more and just here. It's hard to yell if you've got a block in your beak. Here, what up? Hi, buddy. Let's go check it out. You want to go check it out? Tycho, Max decided to run onto the floor. Hey, buddy, what are you doing? Here, go step, Teeks. Go step. You tell everybody what you're doing. Come here, Max. Max. Oh. And we have shift right back. Wrong way. Probably one of the few times you see both birds on the same perch. Come here, Tycho. What's okay, Tycho? Yeah. Was that funny, Max? Did you scare your brother? Oh, Tycho's perfectly fine. Max, time to hush. Max, 1, 2. Maxwell, hush. Whisper. And that's what he thinks about that. I'm just going to shift in a little bit closer. Are you proud of yourself, Max? All right, flockers. As I said, we just wanted to really give the camera a little bit of a test. So we had a camera test with Max, blocks, boats, bells, and a guest appearance of Tycho, including Tycho exercising his wings. Tycho's actually gotten fairly good at flying. What he did is he exited the alcove, turned, and landed on the floor and just went for a bit of a skid because the floor is a little bit slick. It's laminate. And now he's sitting on his perch, supervising Max and wondering everything that's going on. So he's perfectly fine. Max is perfectly fine. But yeah, so we just wanted to pop on and give a quick test of the new camera. And, oh, you said it's now a little misty, now a little blurry. How's that? Let's just see. How's that? Is that better? Yeah, it may have just been that the camera was focusing on something else. Let's just shift the camera around here and see if it backs onto auto-focusing on Max. Yeah, it just might be something I have to keep an eye on. And if the autofocus gets confused, autofocus is really set up for humans, not for birds. Webcams are really intended to point at people who are talking on a conference or. All right. Are you blowing your nose at me, Tycho? I know. Yeah, it might have been the time Tycho flew away because that certainly, he came right at the camera and that probably would have confused me if I would have been a camera. So now Max looks like he might be ready for a nap. So I'm going to wish everybody an absolutely fantastic Sunday. Don't forget, this week, we've got a lot of exciting videos. This week, we have videos Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. They're all shorts in the new style, so make sure you check those out. Also, in community, I've pasted a link, or I put up a link to the video of Tycho discovering the egg. It's the one called Meaning of Life that we were talking about yesterday. Really fun video. It's one of the scripted story style. So if you've just been watching the lives and the recent videos, it's going to seem a little bit odd, but those ones are sort of the story time videos. Actually, story time might be a good way to just differentiate them and let everybody know what to expect. Those take a lot of time to put together. They're scripted. It can take weeks to pull everything together for them. But we're still going to be doing those. We're going to be aiming at one a month for those, give or take. We're going to be doing the collabs. We're going to be doing educational videos. Looks like I'm going to be collaborating with a few other people on an educational video about what you need to know when you're adopting, talking about how often the big birds, especially Moluccans, are rehomed and have to find, basically, abandoned, why so many birds are on second and third homes. So I'm working on that. That might still be a couple of weeks out, but I've got a couple of people who are engaged and working on that one as well. So we've got some collaboration happening. And beyond that, Max, are you ready for lunch? Do you think it's time for lunch? We can have one. Say bye-bye. Thank you.